Well, Fred has been, since we started coming here and seeing the collection in full, it has been a completely transformational experience for us. And I think that's another reason that retailers need to realize they're not often getting the best experience from their distributors who might want to be cheap on samples and don't want to show everything and don't want to buy everything because it is an expensive process. So Fred, for us, I mean, we've got your fish is in almost all of our videos. He's on a couple of our heads. We've got a really great Fred section in our store, and it is, the customer loves the details, Rob. That's what it is. That's what sells it. When they open it up and they have the little breadcrumb fish that they can find, when they can look at that little hook, when, I'm a great catch pops up. Those are the kind of details that make the product stand out. And I think your prices are just great. Some people just think, you get these distributors that go mark up, mark up, mark up, and a blazer like yours is retailing for $300 more than yours is. We have no resistance to your prices in Canada. You're just in this you're in this sweet spot, and you're a little bit interesting for us. So we've been really excited about how the brand has grown for us, how we've got a customer now that's coming in, no, I want the hook one.
That's
or
cool. Yeah.
your waistcoats, for example, are the best-selling waistcoats in our store, and your blazers sell some of the fastest blazers that we sell.
So they come for the hook. They want to get hooked.
They get hooked on it. And again, the fits are very consistent, which I think is really important for men as well. So it's been, for us, a really, really great brand, and it adds a lot of fun because menswear can be kind of boring. It's the same navy suit, it's the same chambray shirt, and that's not what we get with your brand. And we need that in the store to make it lively. Your stuff is always in the window. The fish head brings people in, right? People want something to talk about.
So it's not spread around like Easter eggs.
No. I mean, you'll see a few pieces on a table when, let's say, because we'll often buy something that's a color story that won't quite go. But we put it with other things that'll go. But we'd like to keep it together to show the guy how to wear it. And that's what I love, is that the shirt matches the lining, matches the socks, matches the shoes, and the guys love that. It adds on. So before I knew how your brand was merchandised, I didn't know how to buy it. And now I know how to buy it, and it sells better that way. We 10 times our orders since we started coming to Europe and seeing you.
We notice, and it's also really cool that you take the effort of coming to us.
Oh,
I mean,
it's the best thing. I mean, we just get a full experience. And again, just so many great ideas. Like, we love the marketing that you're doing here, and it gives us great ideas. For the beer, for example, we now have a really small beer provider that I know can make us a small keg that we can bottle. And then we'll be able to, for our next big charity event, we'll be able to as well do Fred branded beer. And that's cool because we can mimic what you're doing now, and we can take the inspiration from you as well.
Yeah. You haven't seen the carpets yet. I'm going to show you the carpets. They're really cool. You want them.
Really, really neat. And we can actually put them all around in our shoe section, and people, when they stand and try on their shoes, because the other thing people do is they photograph. So the carpet becomes this background for their Fred shoes that they're trying on. So these are the things that are cool that most people don't think about, and that we do. You know what I mean? We're just like, put that there. Because I see men taking a photograph, messaging their partner, hey, what do you think of these shoes? And then now it's going to be on a Fred carpet.
Most of the time. I'm always curious why other brands don't do these kind of things, that they make a print turnaround through the whole collection. I mean, that's easy. And it's not only easy, it's big fun because, it's understandable for the retailer and the consumer. So that's quite cool.
I mean, and it's interesting because you might see that if you go into like a monobrand store and they'll have their little section. But I think that it comes down to a bunch of accountant nerds looking at books going, we really sell navy really well.
Right.
Our next color is gray. Our next color is black. The number one comment we get when you walk into espy, men's section or ladies section, is, I love the color.
Cool.
Because, yes, of course, I have tons of black for women and tons of navy for men.
Yeah.
But I don't feature that as prominently. I put color in the window. I want people's eyes to kind of feast when they come in and be excited and look around and not know where to look.
Yeah.
And that's something that your brand does so well. And you need those spices, right? A steak without salt and pepper and spices, we don't like it.
No.
And so we want to add those. We want to add those spices. And the fact that you're taking those details makes your brand really, really stand out. And other people should be taking a page out of your book, but I think you're lucky that they're not. I can buy your navy blazer.
You're right.
But your navy blazer is cooler because it's got the hook and it's got the cool thing under the collar and it's got great lining.
Actually, there's hanging one behind you.
There you go.
Big size.
Right?
Yeah.
Interesting, but interesting product.
Right.
Because every guy already has a navy blazer. How am I going to convince him to buy a new one?
You have to crank it up a bit.
You've got to crank it up a bit. And these little hidden details are more for our stylists, our salespeople to talk about to the client. I think product knowledge and product education for your sales staff is one of the most important things that you can do in order to increase your value, especially as a multi-branded store.